It's your girl, Javy. High Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Gemini season 2022, the deck is ready, clearly. And I just saw the Four of Swords. Funny little story time. I started the day thinking that I had to do Cancer, and I had already done Cancer, and so I was welcoming Cancer energy. I just got way down and inundated. And then I looked at my list and I was like, ain't that about a bitch? Actually, I'm on to the sun. I'm on Leo. And things instantly perked up. So I feel like there is just something about the sun coming out, the sun really feeding. You may be in a really generous, giving, I feel also charisma, stuff, just shit's oozing off you. It's almost these solar flares that we're experiencing. It's you are a solar flare. It's hotness. You know what I mean? Passion, things just blooming, coming to life. And I just feel there is something here about speaking up for what you want, asking for what you want, getting really clear and articulate and confident in asking for what you want, or establishing boundaries. Excuse me, y'all know that I normally use the normal Rider-Waite for these readings, but the holographic was nope, this is my job here, the holographic Rider-Waite. And that would make sense because I still want to hear from the Leos. What has changed? What's going on? I feel there should be some kind of foundational shift in who you are, or mastery. Are you really leveling up? Those new moons, and with the sun being your ruling planet, being exalted in Aries. We had 2 new moons in Aries. The first new moon was just a regular new moon. Well, not even a regular new moon. The sun exalted. It's an exalted new moon. I don't know if that's the correct phrase. But, and then the second new moon on 4/20 was a new moon total solar eclipse with an exalted sun. And so there is just were you guys drained or tired, or what's changing? Are you feeling more authoritative? I really want to hear from you guys. So just for fucking science at this point. But be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Y'all already know Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at justj_everything. TikTok at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, check out my website. And also be sure to check out the Gemini season astrology video that has all the important astrological dates about, why you're in a funk and why you're doing what, when, why. But I am going to put you on game because you're the sun, and you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm creating a safe space. Breathe. As we welcome in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, divinely aligned messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini season. And so with the Four of Swords being the first card that popped out, I didn't take it because we ain't prayed and asked for nothing yet. But I feel getting your mind right is number one. Getting in a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, establishing your surroundings, establishing your comfort zone. Some of you may be redecorating, or there could even be a need to just create a safe space, or create a reverent space, or create an office, or create you're creating a space. in some sort of way. I feel like there is something about a new foundation in the realm of the mind that wants to be established. Some of you may be recovering from some disappointment or some harsh conversations. It may involve someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, but I just feel like stillness, restfulness, getting silent, getting quiet so that you can receive, so you can come back with the code, so you can like receive the information, the experience, the guidance that you're needing, the confidence that wants to swell up in you. It will feel like valid and true and pure if you're being divinely guided by your intuition. So just like consistently checking in, because fire signs, we can just Leo, sun, moon, or rising, I don't care where you got it, or Venus, like yeah, y'all be just bebopping all around if you don't, and it can be kind of easy for fire signs to get untethered. And so I feel like with the Four of Swords popping out, it's just like, hey boo, make sure that you're like meditating, make sure that you're checking in, make sure that you're taking a beat, that you're thinking the fullness of your thoughts, that you're feeling the fullness of your feelings, so you can Leo style like will what you want into existence. You got Mars, boo. Hydrate, light it if you got it. Leo, you have Mars, the god of war, ambition, drive, and I just feel like you are needing to be very specific about this fire, needing to be very specific about the power that's coming in, being very like conscious of it, being very intentional is the word that I really want to use. There's something here about being really intentional. So let's try to dive in for Leo, sun, moon, and rising. The Two of Pentacles, yeah, with the Ten of Wands reversed. Some of you may be like burning the candle at both ends. First thing out to be clarified on the selenite throne is like, is everything that you're juggling yours to juggle? What's going on with your relationship to balance? I feel like new cycles, new timelines want to be experienced, new perspectives. There's something about like how you behave in the midst of an emotional roller coaster. Do you know how to like stay 10 toes down, or do you run? Are you a runner? Is there someone around you that's a runner? Maybe somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that I feel like is either helping you achieve balance, or you're defensive about this connection. You may be defensive about a connection. Yeah, if it's someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or even yourself, I feel like you're being defensive about your time, being defensive about maybe an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or there may be opposition coming in from an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or just opposition coming in from other people, having more fiery conversations than you expected to have. But I feel like there's something about, you know, what's worth defending. You know what's worth standing up for. You know who is worth standing up for. You know, but do you do it? Like, I feel like there is some kind of like rising to the occasion, or standing into like your, like getting into like your birthright or something. I just heard inheritance, Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So there could be some like energetic or spiritual inheritance that's coming in, a development of new spiritual gifts, or a deepening of your intuition. With the Two of Pentacles coming out first, though, I do feel like there are opportunities for multiple streams of income, but there may be opposition to how much you work, or someone may have something to say, like your family or your partner may there could be like arguments about like distance or time spent together, or like the quality of the romance, or the quality of like quality time. It's like the quality, or making sure that you both agree on what quality time is really important. You and any connection. I just feel like it can't be what all someone else likes to do or what you like to do. I just feel like there could be a bit of also it could just be a bit of an emotional roller coaster coming in, and I just feel like your choices, the choices that you make amidst the roller coaster matters. There even could be this kind of like testing, feeling like you're being tested. But there's something here about like how you weigh options, or like, do you think before you act? Do you think before you speak? Are you thinking about the long-term repercussions of things? I want this, sorry. I hope that does what I want it to do. Yay. Kinda. Yes. So readjusting, don't be afraid to readjust. But I do feel like some of you it's like what you're juggling or what you've taken on. Nice. What you've taken on, I feel like as long as you keep true to the vision and you get really clear about what the vision, what is this highest version of yourself, that version of you that's made it. It's time to get really specific and clear and detailed in that manifestation process and harnessing that. This is Sun and Leo. This is you showing up. And so I feel like your relationship to yourself, you trusting your originality, the Seven of Wands and the King of Wands, that's the Eight of Wands. There's definitely something here with like maybe drama or opposition, but I just feel like new things are coming in. The pace is picking up. Things are moving quickly, and you're showing up really dynamic and like charismatic. And I just feel like if you have a vision or if you have an entrepreneurial pursuit, it's time to start reinvesting in that, or like figuring out what the next plan is or the next level is, what elevation looks like. Some of you have been busting your ass, and I feel like it pays off. So congratulations, Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I also just feel like there is some kind of like divine insight coming in as to like what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, victory over obstacles. What are you supposed to be doing with your life? What's going to make you feel really like satisfied with yourself, fulfilled? I just feel like it's time to be asking those questions. I don't know why I just started smelling and tasting like curry and Indian food. So maybe some of you are traveling, or maybe you meet somebody when you try something new. I feel like also all Indian, Nepalese, like all that food is so fucking healing. Like, go get you some, please. I just may go to curry in a hurry. I just feel like it's a great time to just do something different. Switch shit up. If you have some like vision or something that you're wanting to launch or take to the next level, do it. I also feel like a lot of peace will be and new ideas and invigoration will be experienced when you start moving your physical body, either more or helping other people do it, there could just be something new, like maybe you were doing, you know, like Zumba, now you're taking actual dance class or ballet class or something, you know what I mean? There could just be something about, I also feel like there's something about like so I'm trying not to like stop. I'm trying to finish whole sentences, like create whole sentences. I just feel like physical activity will be really good for you in Gemini season. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do feel like there's something about like defending your partner or defending yourself to your partner, defending or defining what being a partner means. Being a business partner, being a lover, being a platonic partner, or, for some of you, this is like, let's define what opening this up means. Let's define what polyamory means. Let's define what being a husband. Let's define what being a wife means. Like, or you're needing to define what you want, who you want to spend time with, like what, also like just how you view yourself. I just feel like it's important for you to understand your self-image dictates your entire life. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are absolutely fucking right. And so if there's something that's getting in the way of you being really confident or moving as boldly as you want to move, it's time to address it. Yeah, some of you are feeling stuck. Final card, final message. Some of you are also like, you have been feeling stuck. Maybe stuck in a job, stuck, maybe there's a block in your, or feeling blocked in your energy, or blocked in the subconscious mind, blocked by insecurity or fear or shame or guilt. Maybe some of you are feeling or have been feeling guilty and are finally turning away. You're like, I'm done letting this shame control me. And if you're not there yet, I'm letting you know it's time to start tapping into your shame. Some of you are in a place where you've been distracting yourself, like keeping yourself busy or keeping yourself always entertained, or you're always fucking, or always out, always like texting, always like there's always music going, and that's not all of you, but I feel like some of you are you're stuck because you've been running from something in some sort of way. And we'll dive deeper into that in the plunge. That's going to be juicy. But I just feel like there are certain, the eclipse and the 2 new moons in Aries, I just feel like are really going in Gemini season and still in Cancer season, are going to be revealing to you the ways that like you hold yourself back, the ways that you restrict yourself, the ways that like the habits, the thought processes that keep you stagnant or keep you confused or keep you from getting to do all the things that you want to do. It just feels like there is something here about making sure that you're taking accountability for the experience that you're having. That you're willing to look inward and understand that everything that we're experiencing is just a mirror. And everything is God and everything is a mirror. You know what I mean? And so there is something here about looking back in the past. Final card, final message. Looking back in the past so that you can make way for the future. Because there's something here with receptivity. 6 of Cups, maybe somebody with Scorpio specifically placements, but Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio may be coming in. I feel like you're needing to work on receiving, needing to work on allowing yourself to the way that you give or express love, especially if you're polyamorous. I just feel like there is definitely this redefinition of, or especially if you're polyamorous and especially if you're single, I feel like there is just like some sort of redefinition of like love, what I want in a partner, what I want from a person, who I am, how I want to show up. Because a lot of us always just like, this is what I want. But you don't ever, it's like, okay, let's say, you date men and you're just like, I want a husband. It's just like, have you thought about what being a wife looks like? What kind of like, what you want that to look like, what the institution of like marriage or business partnership or whatever, have you thought about what it would look like for you, how you are going to show up in that institution, how you are going to show up in that connection or relationship? So I feel like for some of you, it's like you really are self-aware and you really know how you want to show up and how you want to be as a lover and a partner. And for those of you like that, you're needing to get more specific about what you're trying to attract in and draw into you, because you're also about to get Venus soon. On June 5th, you get Venus, and Venus attracts. And so, and there's people that come in, that are going to be coming in, that are going to be like wanting to give you stuff. But if you're insecure and hung up and evading the things that you're insecure and hung up about, it's just not a good look anymore, And so I just feel like there is, especially if it has to do with like addiction, or if like there's, I feel like how you respond to pain is coming up. How you respond to anger. How you respond to, like, you're getting ready to get Mars. You're getting ready to get Venus. And there is this, volatility in that that I just feel like we need to volatility, because Venus can be so masculine and Mars can be so feminine, and there is this like duality and shift of like a blurring of lines that I feel like can be coming in, and the lines need to be blurred, and we need to be able to navigate the motherfucking gray, because not everything is black and white in this world. And I just feel like if you stay here, all these cards, like if you keep holding on to what you're holding on to, if you don't let yourself update the vision, if you don't let the divine come in, if you don't make space for the divine to update the vision, some of you are trying to make logical decisions that are very much so spiritual decisions. You're trying to steer the path. You're trying to like dictate where you're going versus sitting your ass down. Which is why some of y'all are strung up, because you're like, okay, God's like, all right, all right, well then I'll just let you just string yourself up. I'll keep feeding you the rope, and you'll go ahead and you'll bind yourself until you're ready to sit down and come to me and get quiet. Don't force your psyche, don't force your higher self, don't force God, the divine, whatever it is. Don't force your ego to like string you up like this some of you, I just feel like there's like stuff going on with busy work. You're trying to distract yourself in some sort of way, and distract yourself with drugs, alcohol, pain, sex, like whatever it is. I just feel like there's something that is, it's time to transcend this. And if you need to be put in this uncomfortable, immobile situation, if you need to be immobilized, the divine will do that for you, because they love you that much. Like, and that's like also a reflection of somebody that like loves you. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna like push you if this, like, I love you too much to like, no, let's look at this, let's fix this. We don't need to progress any further. We don't need to, and that may be a conversation you're having with somebody else where you're like, yo, like, let's, until we get this figured out, let's put the brakes on something, or let's like blah, blah, blah. But, how are you going? My issue is all of these cards, except for, until we get to the Six of Cups, which looks like, the closer we get to Cancer season, the season of I feel, there's something here about like what you're holding on to, what you're juggling, the ways that you defend yourself, the ways that you also assert yourself, and what you pride yourself on. I feel like there's something about like being done with the old way of doing things. There's something about switching shit up. It's time to do it your way. It's time to, get really bold in establishing your vision in your 3D day-to-day life. But some of you are working on a vision that is your vision, not the divine's vision of where you're supposed to go. I'm sorry to say it. And so some of you, it's just like you're gonna be put in a position where maybe like you feel stuck, and it's just like you're not stuck. You're just being held in an uncomfortable position until you're brave enough to look in the past and really evaluate like what's going on with this Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, what's going on in the house, what's going on in the household, what's going on with receptivity, what's going on with the current emotional foundation, what's going on with your ability to receive. Are you an extreme giver, or are you an extreme taker? Some of you are in this place, or some of us, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, like, there is no separation. Some of us do this thing where it's like, I always date narcissists. Everybody's a reflection, babe. So if you keep continuously dating narcissists, or that narcissist empath thing, I feel like there's like this inversion of narcissism in the empathic community as well, where it's just like you got to find your own balance. And that ain't for everybody. So if you feel triggered, lean into that. But there's some stuff coming up from the past, stuff coming up from the childhood, mother wounds, father wounds, your issues with masculinity, your current definition of masculinity that is changing. And I just feel like there is some sort of great friend, soulmate connection, soul tie, soul contract situation that is worth putting the work in, because things are changing. And I just feel like you have the opportunity to welcome in and celebrate and be around really good quality people, especially there's other people with Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. I feel like there are people who are have a good balance of spirituality and logic around you and are going to open your eyes to a lot of things. So it's important to be willing to be malleable in Gemini season, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You don't fucking know everything. Let yourself research. But the first thing you need to research is what you're holding on to, what you've dug your heels into, and how you respond to the waves that are about to hit, because the waves that are about to hit in Cancer season, honestly. And I don't think the waves have to be this negative thing. I just feel like some of you have been building a business and you need to prepare to sell out. But how are you going to prepare that if you're not applying your faith and doing the work, making the posts, doing whatever, marketing or whatever it is that you got to do? It's just there's so much prosperity. Center of the reading, it's time to get back to the vision, whatever that is for you. It's time to get back to the vision, and the way to get back to the vision is acknowledging whatever is at the root of your restriction, whatever is at the root of, maybe some of you are numbing. What are you numbing? What do you not? What hurts too much to talk about? What is picking at you in some sort of way? This may involve somebody with Pisces placements or someone from the past. This may be about loss or grief, or and if any of you have ever struggled with dark thoughts or suicidal thoughts, I feel like you need to know that you're not alone. And hell, I don't care if you messaging me at 4 a.m. I'm probably up. So you got people who are there for you. It's just help them help you. Let people know if you're in a dark place, or if you're feeling really stuck or immobilized. I just feel like the answers to that stuckness, that anxiety, the answers to the addiction have everything to do with your upbringing, have everything to do with your childhood, or this Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or some stuff that happened in a childhood home. There is just a lot of healing modalities and there are so many healers that need to heal themselves, or need to be healed, just be especially if you are, consider yourself a healer or a therapist, or whatever your particular brand of service, if it requires you giving and interacting directly with other people and giving a lot of your energy, I just feel like there's something here about making sure that you're diving deeper into understanding your relationship to self-care and self-worth, and making sure that you stop looking at self-care like a luxury. It is a part of your job. It is a part of your life. It needs to be something that you're diligent about. And it feels important because the divine has this influx of love and togetherness and depth and intensity that's coming in. I feel like if you are single or polyamorous, I just feel like there's such good time coming, such good social life, a boost in your social life, you feeling popular, upbeat, really sexy, possibilities for new love, new connection, the depth of a connection really changing. I feel like you are learning how to communicate really. You're learning how to apologize. You're learning how to stop doing shit you need to apologize for. And I feel like other people around you can adapt to you quickly or more easily if you are honest with them about what your boundaries are. So don't be afraid to communicate your boundaries. But Gemini season is going to, I feel like, have some of you vacillating, going back and forth, flip-flopping. And you really need to lean into the duality of all the different aspects that are inside of you. They are trying to communicate with you in a very specific, frequency, and you need to tune in and hang out with yourself and with them in these different aspects of yourself. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements coming in that, like, if you're feeling juggled or like two-timed or something like that, you don't need to go in a defensive mode. I just feel like don't be a groupie, keep it moving. Skirt. Like, you don't need to make a big deal about it. Someone may be making a big deal about you. I don't feel like you need to let your pride keep you from expressing your feelings, but you make sure you're not like vengeful, or be careful with like your tone, your delivery, your sharpness. How, like, if you feel mean or antagonistic, or you feel like being the devil's advocate, I just feel like that will backfire on you in Gemini season. I feel like it's advisable to like say less and study more. Do what you need to do to get on this higher ground, to make the changes that are needed, to prepare for this influx of physical, spiritual, and sexual energy that's coming in. And I'm like, take heed, purge, get rid of whatever is no longer serving you, make space so that whenever the newness comes in, that you don't feel stuck and, in this really kind of nostalgic or pity party like kind of place for yourself, because or you're not playing the shoulda, coulda, woulda game. It's like, tend to your intuition, tend to what your gut, your spirit is telling you. New shit is coming in, new inspiration, and the opportunity that also, like, whatever comes up, the divine is giving you the energy, the spiritual and physical energy that you need to deal with it. So just deal with it. I'll see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.